Welcome back to Z Coins. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating topic that has the coin collector's world buzzing: the 2019 D-Mint Mark 1 cent dime coin that is reportedly worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Can a seemingly ordinary coin really be worth that much? We're going to break it all down, from the history of the coin, why it's so valuable, and how the current market value has reached such incredible heights. But first, if you're a coin enthusiast or just love learning about rare finds that could make you a fortune, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. You definitely won't want to miss this one. So let's start with the basics. The 2019 D-Mint Mark 1 cent dime coin. This coin, minted at the Denver Mint, features the D-Mint mark. It's technically a Lincoln cent, but was somehow struck on a dime planchet, making it incredibly unique. Now, the 2019 D coin might seem like just another penny to most people, but here's what you need to know. Sometimes, mistakes happen during the minting process. And when a coin struck on the wrong planchet leaves the US Mint, that mistake can turn into a collector's dream. This isn't just any ordinary coin. This is an error coin. And error coins can sometimes be worth big money because they're rare, unique, and highly sought after by collectors. But that's not the only reason this specific coin is so valuable. Let's talk more about error coins. When a coin is minted incorrectly, it often ends up being destroyed or removed from circulation. But if one slips through the cracks, it becomes a rare find. Error coins can include things like double strikes, off-center strikes, or, in this case, coins struck on the wrong planchet. Now, to clarify, the 2019 D-Mint Mark 1 cent dime coin is an error coin because it's a Lincoln penny design struck on a dime-sized planchet. That planchet is the metal disc that is turned into a coin during the minting process. In most cases, a cent should be larger and made from a different metal composition than a dime. This unusual circumstance is why this specific coin is so valuable. Only a handful of these error coins are known to exist, making them extremely rare. Rarity always drives up the value of collectible coins. The condition of the coin plays a big role in determining its value. If this coin is in mint or near mint condition, collectors are willing to pay top dollar for it. There's a high demand for error coins among collectors, and when a coin is as rare as this one, that demand pushes the price sky high. Let's face it, when collectors and the media start buzzing about a rare coin, that excitement can inflate the market value. Right now, this coin is generating a lot of attention in the coin collecting community. In fact, just recently, one of these error coins reportedly sold for $1.3 million at a major auction. Now, that's not an everyday occurrence, but it does show just how valuable and sought after this coin has become. The Denver Mint, one of the primary mints in the United States, has produced billions of coins since it first opened in 1906. While the mint is known for its precision, even the best systems can have their off days, and that's where some of these incredible error coins come from. What makes the Denver Mint stand out in this story is its history of producing notable error coins over the years. Some collectors even specialize in error coins from this mint because they've developed a reputation for producing some of the rarest and most valuable coins on the market. If you want to check if you have one of these valuable error coins, here are a few things to look for. Since this penny was struck on a dime planchet, it will be smaller and lighter than a regular penny. If you have a 2019 D penny that feels different, it's worth checking its weight. Make sure it has the D Mint mark indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. Look for signs of error, such as an off-center design or unusual where that doesn't match regular circulation coins. If you think you've got one, use a magnifying glass to inspect it closely. And if you find anything suspicious, it's always a good idea to have it professionally evaluated by a coin expert or grading service like PCGS or NGC. The coin market is constantly evolving, especially for error coins. While the value of the 2019 D-Mint Mark 1 cent dime coin has skyrocketed recently. It's important to note that prices fluctuate based on demand and supply. Error coins in general have been gaining more attention, making this a great time for collectors to buy, sell, or hold onto their coins. Right now, the coin market is pretty hot, and collectors are paying top dollar for rare finds like this one. But as with any collectible, market conditions can change. So, if you're holding onto one of these coins, it's worth keeping an eye on the market to make sure you sell at the right time. Now, I'm sure the big question on everyone's mind is, could I have one of these coins? The answer is maybe. These coins are extremely rare, but they've been found in circulation, meaning it's possible that someone out there is sitting on a $1.3 million treasure without even knowing it.so. The next time you get some change, take a good look at your coins. Who knows? That spare penny in your pocket could actually be worth a fortune. The story of the 2019 D-Mint Mark 1 cent dime coin is a perfect example of how one little error can lead to something incredibly valuable. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or someone just starting out, this is a great reminder to always check your change because you never know what you might find. We're diving into one of the most exciting coin discoveries in modern history. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket change that's worth over $1.5 million. Sounds too good to be true? Well, in today's video, we're uncovering the incredible story behind the 2015 D-Mint Mark 1 cent dime and how it became one of the most sought-after coins in the world. Yes, you heard that right. $1.5 million for a single dime. So what makes this particular coin so valuable? And could you have one sitting in your change jar right now? Let's get started. To understand why this dime is worth such a massive amount, we first need to talk about coin collecting in general. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, have been searching for rare and unique coins for centuries. Some coins are valuable because of their age, while others are rare due to minting errors, low production numbers, or unique historical significance. In fact, coins with minting errors, sometimes known as error coins, are among the most coveted by collectors. And this brings us to the 2015 D-Mint Mark 1 cent dime, a coin that became a legend overnight due to one tiny, but crucial, error. So what exactly is this coin? The 2015 D-Mint Mark dime was struck at the Denver Mint, just like millions of other dimes that year. But this specific coin has a rare and highly valuable minting error that sets it apart. And here's the kicker. It was mistakenly struck using a 1-cent planchet instead of a dime planchet. This means that the 2015 D-Mint Mark dime was struck on a copper-colored planchet, the same material typically used for pennies. The result? A one-of-a-kind coin that shouldn't exist. Right. So you might be wondering, how does a coin with an error like this become so valuable? Well, the answer lies in a few key factors. First, rarity. There are only a handful of these error coins known to exist. In fact, only one confirmed example of the 2015 D-Mint Mark 1 cent dime has been authenticated so far. When there's only one of something, collectors are willing to pay astronomical prices to own it. Second condition. The coin that was found was in near-perfect condition, graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, as MS65, which is extremely high for an error coin. Coins in mint state condition are always more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. And third, demand. There is a significant number of wealthy collectors out there who are always on the lookout for rare and unique coins to add to their collections. In this case, a bidding war ensued, driving the final auction price of this 2015 D-Mint Mark 1 cent dime to a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Now, let's talk about how this coin was discovered, because this is where it gets really interesting. Believe it or not, the coin was found in circulation, just an ordinary day for the person who stumbled upon it. They noticed the unusual copper color, and weight of the coin and immediately suspected something was off. If you ever come across a coin that doesn't seem quite right, it's always worth taking a closer look. In this case, the finder decided to have the coin professionally graded, and it turned out to be the million-dollar mistake that no one saw coming. So now the big question: could you have one of these error coins sitting in your pocket change right now? It's unlikely, but not impossible. While only one confirmed example has been found, it's always a good idea to check your dimes carefully, especially if they were minted in 2015 at the Denver Mint. Look for any unusual color, weight, or features that don't match a standard dime. If you think you've found a rare coin, don't take it to a random pawn shop. Instead, get it authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC, which will give you an official grade and help determine its value. Currently, the only known 2015 D-Mint Mark I set dime sold for $1.5 million at auction. But as more people become aware of this rare coin, the value could climb even higher in the future. Coins with such unique errors often appreciate in value over time as more collectors seek them out. This means that if another example is ever discovered, it could potentially fetch an even higher price. Who knows? You might just have a future million-dollar coin in your possession and not even know it yet. So, that's the fascinating story of the 2015 D-Mint Mark I set dime that's worth $1.5 million. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Remember, always check your coins closely. You never know what treasures you might find. We've got something super exciting to talk about. It's a story that's been circulating among collectors for a while. One of the most mind-blowing discoveries in modern numismatics. The 2014 D-Mint Mark I set dime coin. This isn't just your ordinary coin. Believe it or not, this little beauty might be worth big bucks. How much? Try a staggering $1.4 million. Yes, you heard me right. We're going to dive deep into why this coin is so valuable, the story behind it, and how it reached such a jaw-dropping market value. And stick around till the end because we'll give you some expert tips on spotting valuable coins in your own collection. Let's start with the basics. The 2014 D-Mint Mark coin we're talking about here is no ordinary coin. Now, when we say D-Mint Mark, we're talking about the United States Mint facility located in Denver, Colorado. But what's odd about this particular coin? It's not just any dime. It's a dime with a D-Mint mark, struck in Denver. Yet, somehow, it was released with the design of a Lincoln cent. That's right, a penny and a dime combined. These so-called error coins happen when something goes wrong during the minting process. But in this case, we're talking about an extreme minting error. Instead of producing a standard penny or dime, the Mint accidentally created a hybrid, the wrong design on the wrong planchet. The story of how this error was discovered is as fascinating as the coin itself. In 2014, a sharp-eyed collector was sorting through their change and noticed something unusual. The coin had the design of a Lincoln penny on one side, but had the weight and size of a dime. Intrigued, they decided to investigate. They sent the coin off to be authenticated, and after careful inspection by experts, it was confirmed. This was an extremely rare minting error. What makes this even more special is how such a rare error could happen in the modern minting process, where quality control is so strict. It's almost unheard of, which is why this coin has gained such a mythical status in the world of coin collecting. There are several factors at play here. First, we have rarity. Only a handful of these coins are known to exist, and that scarcity is what drives the value sky high. When you're talking about rare coins, scarcity is always the number one factor. Second, we have the historical importance of the error itself. This is a modern error coin, meaning it's from the 21st century, but it represents a mistake that feels more like something out of the 1800s. Collectors and enthusiasts are fascinated by these types of unique, one-off mistakes. Lastly, there's demand. The numismatic world is buzzing about this coin. Top collectors, museums, and even investors are willing to pay top dollar to own a piece of this incredible numismatic history. And because of its rarity, the demand far outpaces the supply, which has led to its enormous price tag. At the time of filming this video, the current market value of this coin is a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. Now, this isn't just speculation. This value is backed by actual auction sales and offers from private collectors. Coins like this tend to go up in value over time, especially when they're one-of-a-kind errors. But let's be clear, while this coin is making headlines with its incredible value, it's not every day you come across one like this. It's a once-in-a-lifetime find. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can I find something like this in my own collection? Well, I've got a few tips to help you get started. First, always look for errors. Error coins, especially major ones like this, are extremely valuable. Look for off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchets, or incorrect mint marks. Use a scale to weigh your coins. If you notice a coin that has a different weight than it should, like a penny that weighs the same as a dime, then you might have something special. Finally, pay attention to mint marks. Coins struck at different mints can have different values, and mint mark errors are always highly sought after by collectors. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 2014 D-Mint Mark I cent dime coin worth $1.4 million. This tiny coin has captured the imaginations of collectors worldwide, and its story is far from over. Who knows, maybe you'll be the next one to discover a hidden treasure in your change. We'll dive into the story behind this incredible coin, its historical background, why it's so valuable, and what you should look for in your spare change. You could be holding a fortune in your hands and not even know it. In 1998, the Denver Mint, symbolized by the D Mint mark, struck millions of dimes and pennies, which are pretty common. So what makes this particular 1998 D Mint mark coin so special? It turns out that a rare error occurred at the U.S. Mint, resulting in a coin that's become one of the most sought after in numismatic history. This error coin is famously known as the 1998 D-Mint Mark I cent dime coin. What exactly is it? Simply put, it's a dime that was mistakenly struck on a cent planchet, a blank intended for a penny. Instead of being made from the typical dime materials, this coin was created on a copper-plated zinc penny planchet, giving it a different appearance and feel. The U.S. Mint produces coins at high speed, and occasionally mistakes happen. In the case of the 1998 D-Mint Mark I cent dime, a penny blank, or planchet, was accidentally fed into the machine designed for dimes. Because of this mistake, the dime was struck on a copper-plated zinc planchet, which is thinner and has a different composition than a regular dime. Normally, dimes are made from a blend of copper and nickel, but this error resulted in a dime struck on a material mint for a penny. This rare minting mistake is what makes this coin so valuable today. Error coins have always fascinated collectors, but this one is particularly special due to the unique nature of its creation. Now, let's talk about the real reason you're here. What makes this coin worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million today? The primary reason this coin is so valuable is its extreme rarity. There are only a handful of known 1998 D-Mint mark dimes struck on a penny planchet, making it incredibly rare. Collectors are always willing to pay top dollar for rare coins, and in this case, the rarity of the coin is what drives its high value. Error coins are one of the most sought-after categories in coin collecting. The 1998 D dime struck on a penny planchet is a rare and unusual error. Since the U.S. Mint has strict quality control, errors like this are incredibly hard to come by. The condition of the coin also plays a crucial role in its value. Coins that have been well preserved and show little to no signs of wear or damage can fetch a higher price. Many of the 1998 D Mint Mark error dimes that have been found are in pristine condition, further driving up their worth. High demand for rare coins, especially among elite collectors, has caused the value of this particular coin to skyrocket. In the world of numismatics, even one small error can cause a massive price surge if collectors are eager to get their hands on it. As of today, the 1998 D Mint Mark 1 cent dime coin holds a market value of an incredible $1.7 million. This is largely due to a high-profile auction sale that caught the attention of collectors worldwide. The coin sold for this astronomical price because it's not just a rare error coin, it's one of the rarest and most desirable in existence. Error coins often fetch large sums at auction, but the 1998 D Mint Mark dime error has broken records due to its combination of rarity, high-quality preservation, and strong demand in the collecting community. Some experts predict that this coin's value could continue to increase over time, especially if no new examples of the error are discovered. How can I tell if I have one of these million-dollar coins? Here's what you should look for. First, check for the D Mint mark on the coin, located near the bottom of the coin's front obverse side. This indicates the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. A normal dime weighs around 2.27 grams, while this error coin would be closer to the weight of a penny, which is 2.5 grams. Use a precise scale to measure the coin's weight. If it falls closer to 2.5 grams, you might have a treasure in your hands. Visually inspect the coin. This error coin will have the dimensions and design of a dime, but with the coppery appearance of a penny. The copper color and thickness are key indicators. If you think you have one of these error coins, it's always a good idea to take it to a professional numismatist or coin grading service to have it authenticated and appraised. If you're lucky enough to find a 1998 D Mint Mark 1 cent dime coin in your collection, the next question is, how do you sell it? High-end auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers specialize in rare and valuable coins. These companies can help you market your coin to serious collectors and get the best possible price. Some collectors may be willing to buy the coin directly from you. However, be sure to have it authenticated and appraised before making any sales to ensure you receive a fair price. Attending coin shows and conventions is another way to connect with collectors and dealers who may be interested in purchasing your coin. The exciting part about this story is that you never know where one of these error coins might be hiding. There could be more out there waiting to be discovered. Always check your spare change, and if you come across a 1998 D Mint Mark dime that looks unusual, take a closer look. You could be holding a $1 million coin, so could you be the next millionaire just by finding a coin in your change? It's possible. The 1998 D Mint Mark 1 cent dime coin is a real-life treasure, and who knows, you might have one sitting in your coin jar right now. We're talking about one of the rarest and most valuable coins out there, the 1994 D Mint Mark 1 cent dime, currently valued at an astonishing $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that was originally worth just a dime, 10 cents, could now make you a millionaire. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the history of this incredibly rare 1994 D Mint Mark 1 cent dime, why it's so valuable, how it became a rarity, and what collectors are willing to pay for it today. To understand the value of this special coin, we first need to take a closer look at its history. The 1994 D dime was minted in Denver, one of the United States' major coin-producing facilities. Coins produced at the Denver Mint are stamped with a small D Mint mark, making them distinguishable from coins produced in other locations, such as Philadelphia or San Francisco. Now, most 1994 D dimes look just like this, completely normal, worth their face value. But here's where things get interesting. While millions of 1994 D dimes were produced, only a select few have an unusual and highly valuable minting error. These errors are what make the 1994 D-Mint Mark 1 cent dime a rare treasure. During the minting process, there are strict quality controls to ensure that every coin is made correctly. But occasionally, mistakes happen. One of the most famous errors in coin history is the 1994 D-Mint Mark 1 cent dime, where the die used to strike the coin was mixed up. This is what caused the confusion. A die intended for striking pennies, worth just 1 cent, was accidentally used to strike dimes, worth 10 cents. This created a coin with the size and appearance of a dime, but the design and characteristics of a penny. The result? A hybrid coin that shouldn't have existed. The coin still bears the D-Mint mark, but its design is a 1 cent piece, leading collectors to call it the 1994 D1 cent dime error coin. So why is this tiny coin worth a massive $1.5 million? The answer is simple: rarity, historical significance, and demand from collectors. First and foremost, the coin is extremely rare. Only a handful of these error coins are known to exist, making it one of the scarcest coins in U.S. history. When something is this rare, collectors are willing to pay top dollar to own a piece of history. And let's not forget, coin collectors are always on the hunt for unique pieces to add to their collections, especially ones with historical mistakes. This coin isn't just a collector's item, it's a piece of American minting history. The value of any coin is based on several factors: its condition, rarity, and demand. Coins like the 1994 D1 cent dime have all three of these in spades. And because only a few are known to exist, they fetch incredibly high prices at auction. Recently, rare coins with mint errors have skyrocketed in value, with collectors willing to pay millions for unique and historical pieces. This 1994 D-Dime error coin is a prime example of that trend. So how can you tell if you've struck gold, or rather, a $1.5 million coin, in your pocket change? Here's what to look for. First, check for the D-Mint mark, indicating the coin was minted in Denver. Then, closely examine the design. If the coin looks like a penny but is the size of a dime, you might just have a jackpot on your hands. It's rare, but it's worth checking your coin collections, pocket change, or even rolls of coins from the bank. You never know when you might stumble upon one of these incredible finds. Okay, so you've found a coin that matches the description. Now what? First, get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. They'll be able to verify if it's the real deal and assign it a grade based on its condition. Having your coin professionally graded is key to maximizing its value. The better the condition, the higher the price it could fetch at auction. Once authenticated, you can either hold onto it as a valuable investment or sell it through a major coin auction house. With prices skyrocketing, you could walk away with a fortune. Who knew a simple coin from 1994 could be worth $1.5 million? The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1994 D-Mint Mark 1 cent dime is proof that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on more amazing stories from the world of rare collectibles. We're talking about a coin that's taken the numismatic world by storm: the 1965 No-Mint Mark 1 cent dime. That's right, folks. This unassuming little coin might just be worth a jaw-dropping $1.60 million. So how does a simple 1965 dime with no mint mark fetch such a mind-boggling price? Stick around as we uncover the fascinating history, what makes it so valuable, and how you can spot one if you're lucky enough to have it in your collection. Let's take it back to the year 1965. America was transitioning away from silver coins, and that year marked the beginning of a major change in U.S. coinage. Up until 1964, U.S. dimes were made of 90% silver. However, due to a rising silver shortage and increased demand, the U.S. government decided to switch to a new composition starting in 1965, a clad coin made of copper and nickel. This change meant that silver dimes were no longer being produced for circulation. But here's where it gets interesting. In 1965, the U.S. Mint was scrambling to produce enough coins to meet public demand. During this rush production period, several errors were made, including the creation of a now legendary error coin known as the 1965 no-mint mark dime. Now, you may be wondering, what exactly is a no-mint mark coin? Generally speaking, mint marks indicate where a coin was produced. Coins minted in Philadelphia usually don't have mint marks, but here's the kicker. It's not just the absence of a mint mark that makes this coin valuable. It's the fact that this 1965 dime was accidentally struck on a silver planchet, which was intended for dimes made in 1964. In other words, the 1965 dime in question is made from silver, even though silver was no longer used after 1964. This rare production mistake has made it a highly sought-after coin by collectors. Now, just how rare is this error coin? Experts estimate that only a handful of these 1965 dimes struck on silver planchets were ever made, and even fewer have been found. This scarcity is what drives the astronomical value of the coin. With so few known to exist, finding one of these in circulation is like finding a needle in a haystack. However, that hasn't stopped treasure hunters from sifting through rolls of dimes, hoping to strike it rich. Now, let's talk about the most shocking part of this story. How one of these 1965 no-mint mark dimes recently sold for an eye-popping $1.60 million. In 2023, at an auction hosted by one of the world's top numismatic auction houses, this rare 1965 dime struck on a silver planchet sold for an astounding $1.6 million. This sale broke records and made headlines across the collecting world. So why did it fetch such a huge price? Well, first, its rarity, as we mentioned earlier. Secondly, its pristine condition, graded extremely high by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, which makes it even more desirable to collectors. And lastly, the intense demand for error coins has driven prices through the roof. It's truly a perfect storm of factors that led to this massive sale. So, you're probably asking yourself, do I have one of these million-dollar dimes in my coin collection? Let's walk through how you can check if you have a 1965 silver dime. First, you want to look for a 1965 dime with no mint mark. This means it was minted in Philadelphia, where most of these error coins seem to originate. Next, the real telltale sign, weigh the coin. A regular 1965 clad dime should weigh about 2.27 grams, but the silver version will weigh more, around 2.5 grams. If your coin weighs more than a typical dime, you might just have something special on your hands. Now, you may be wondering, what's the current market value of a 1965 no-mint mark silver dime? Well, after that $1.6 million sale, prices have skyrocketed for any 1965 dimes with confirmed silver planchets. Most of these coins, if found in circulated condition, could still fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. In top-tier condition, they're easily worth seven figures. And with so much attention around this rare error coin, we could see prices rise even higher in the future. It's truly one of the most exciting coins to watch in the current market. Before we wrap up, here are some final tips. If you think you have a 1965 dime that might be struck on a silver planchet, take it to a professional for grading and authentication. Don't clean or tamper with the coin. This can drastically reduce its value. And finally, don't be discouraged if you don't find one right away. Coin hunting takes patience, but the rewards can be life-changing. Even if you don't strike it rich with a 1965 dime, the world of coin collecting is full of hidden gems just waiting to be discovered. Thanks so much for watching today's video on the 1965 no-mint Mark 1 cent dime worth a staggering $1.6 million. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below letting us know if you found any rare coins. And, as always, keep hunting, stay curious, and happy collecting. Until next time, take care. We're diving into one of the most fascinating and rare coin finds of recent history, a 1964 no-mint Mark dime that is worth a jaw-dropping $1.70 million. Yes, you heard that right. You might have a fortune sitting in your pocket change right now, so make sure you stick around until the end of this video to find out how and why this coin is so incredibly valuable. Before we jump into why this particular dime is worth so much, let's start with the basics. In 1964, the United States Mint produced dimes that featured the image of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the front, a design that's still in use today. These dimes were minted primarily in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Denver carry a small D mint mark, and those from San Francisco carry an S. But here's the interesting part. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint, back in 1964, didn't have any mint mark at all. That's normal for that year. So, if millions of 1964 dimes don't have a mint mark, why is this one worth $1.7 million? It all boils down to a rare minting error and a very unique set of circumstances surrounding this particular coin. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made a significant change. They switched from producing dimes made of 90% silver to dimes made from a copper-nickel alloy. This was due to the rising cost of silver. The last batch of silver dimes was supposed to be minted in 1964, but here's where it gets interesting. A few dimes made of silver somehow got struck with 1965 designs and dates, making them incredibly rare. This brings us to the famous 1964 no-mint Mark silver dime, which shouldn't even exist. The coin in question was found by accident, and it was verified as being part of a few dimes that somehow slipped through the cracks during the transition to copper-nickel coins. These error coins are highly sought after by collectors, and when one was found in pristine condition, I'm talking about an almost perfect MS-67 grade, it shook the coin collecting world. So let's get to the real question. How much is this coin worth today? Well, just last year, one of these 1964 no-mint Mark dimes sold for a staggering $1.7 million at auction. That's life-changing money for a single coin that could be sitting in a drawer somewhere. But before you start tearing through your old coin collection, it's important to know that not every 1964 dime is worth this much. The $1.7 million dime had several things going for it: its minting error, its rarity, and its almost flawless condition. Alright, now let's talk about how you can identify if you have one of these ultra-valuable coins. Here's what you need to look for. Look just to the left of the torch on the reverse side of the coin. If there's no D or S, it's a Philadelphia coin, but that's only the first step. Use a magnet to check if your dime is magnetic. Silver dimes won't stick to a magnet, but copper-nickel ones will. You can also check the edge of the coin. A silver dime will have a solid silver edge with no copper strip. This is where things get tricky. You'll need an expert or a really good reference guide to see if your coin has the reverse design that matches the 1965 copper-nickel dime, rather than the 1964 silver dime. If you suspect you have one, don't clean it. Take it to a professional numismatist who can grade the coin and potentially help you send it to auction. Like I mentioned earlier, the condition of a coin plays a massive role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being absolutely flawless. The 1964 no-mint Mark dime that sold for $1.7 million was graded at MS-67, meaning it was nearly perfect. So, even if you have a rare 1964 no-mint Mark dime, the value can vary dramatically based on its condition. A worn coin might still be valuable, but it won't fetch anywhere near that $1.7 million price tag. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever right now. Collectors and investors are always on the hunt for unique finds like this. If you think you have a rare coin, it's worth getting it appraised because, as we've seen, some coins are selling for astronomical amounts. If you're looking to sell a coin, make sure to do your research and find a reputable auction house. Some of the biggest auction houses have specialists in rare coins who can help you maximize your potential earnings. So, could you have one of these 1964 no-mint mark dimes worth millions sitting in your change jar? It's definitely possible, but extremely rare. If you have a 1964 dime without a mint mark, it's worth checking out, especially if it seems like it's made of silver. Remember, even if you don't have this exact coin, there are plenty of other valuable coins out there, so it pays to check your pocket change. Who knows, your next find could be a $1 million treasure. We have an absolutely jaw-dropping topic. What if I told you that a simple-looking 1963 no-mint mark 1-cent coin, yes, a 1-cent coin, could be worth up to $1.8 million in today's market? Sounds crazy, right? Well, stick around because in this video, we're diving into why this coin is so special, why it's worth so much money, and how you can figure out if you've got one of these rare coins hiding in your collection. First, let's start with some basics. The 1963 no-mint mark coin in question is often confused with an ordinary 1-cent penny or a dime. However, this particular coin has a unique history that sets it apart. In 1963, the United States Mint produced a variety of coins, including pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters, but this specific no-mint mark coin comes with a twist. While pennies from that era are typically common, this one has a significant minting error, and these errors are what collectors go absolutely wild for. Normally, U.S. coins will have a mint mark denoting where they were produced. For instance, you might see a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But a no-mint mark coin simply means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Most Philadelphia coins didn't have a mint mark until 1980, but this 1963 coin is extraordinary for other reasons. So why is this particular 1963 no-mint mark coin worth so much? The key lies in its rarity. Coins become valuable due to a combination of factors: errors, low production numbers, and historical significance. For this coin, it's the minting error that has collectors buzzing. Imagine this. Due to a mistake at the mint, this coin was struck in a way that made it drastically different from a standard 1-cent penny. This coin is often referred to as a transitional error, which means it might have been accidentally struck using a die intended for a different denomination, likely a dime. Yep, you heard that right. This penny might have been mistakenly struck on a dime planchet, creating an incredibly rare and valuable piece of currency. Transitional errors like this are some of the most sought-after coins in the world. Now, let's get to the exciting part. How much is this error coin worth today? The current market value of the 1963 no-mint mark error coin has reached a staggering $1.8 million. You might be wondering, how did a 1-cent coin end up being worth that much? Well, in the world of numismatics, rarity drives the price up. The fewer the number of coins with such an error, the more collectors are willing to pay to get their hands on it. In fact, in some recent auctions, rare error coins have fetched prices that exceed even the wildest expectations. Collectors are ready to shell out millions for unique and historically significant pieces like this. So how do you know if you have one of these potentially million-dollar coins in your collection? First off, you'll want to look for a 1963 1-cent coin with no mint mark under the date. But more importantly, you'll want to inspect the coin for any signs of error, especially if it looks like it could have been struck on a dime planchet. These errors can sometimes be subtle, but there are a few things you can check. Look closely at the size, thickness, and weight of the coin. A penny struck on a dime planchet will be thinner and lighter than a normal 1-cent coin. You can also take it to a professional coin grader who can authenticate it for you. Speaking of authentication, if you think you've found one of these rare coins, the next step is getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These organizations will carefully examine the coin to determine its authenticity and assign it a grade based on its condition. The better the condition, the more money the coin will fetch in the market. A coin in mint or near mint condition will naturally be worth more than one that's been circulated heavily. So if your 1963 era coin is in pristine shape, you could be looking at the full $1.8 million in value. The demand for rare era coins has been skyrocketing over the past few years. As more collectors enter the market and seek out unique pieces, the value of these coins continues to rise. And with a coin like the 1963 no mint mark error, which is so rare and carries such a significant error, the price could go even higher in the future. So even if you don't find one right now, keeping an eye on auctions and coin dealers could eventually lead you to this treasure. The 1963 no mint mark coin is a prime example of how a small minting mistake can turn an everyday object into a $1 million treasure. In conclusion, the 1963 no mint mark error coin is one of the most fascinating and valuable finds in the numismatic world. If you're lucky enough to discover one of these coins in your collection, you could be sitting on a life-changing sum of money, up to $1.8 million. Remember, always check your change, explore old coin collections, and never underestimate the value of a seemingly ordinary penny. Who knows? You might just strike gold. We have something absolutely mind-blowing to talk about. The mysterious 1961 no mint mark 1-cent dime that could be worth an incredible $1.9 million. That's right, almost $2 million for a coin that might be sitting in your collection right now. How did this coin become so valuable? What should you look for? And how does it relate to today's market? Stick around, because we're about to uncover the story behind this legendary coin. Let's dive in. First things first, what exactly is the 1961 no mint mark 1-cent dime? To clarify, this isn't just any ordinary dime. There's a unique error in this coin's history that has collectors and numismatists buzzing. Here's a quick breakdown. The coin in question is a 1961 Roosevelt dime, but what makes this coin truly special is that it lacks a mint mark. Now, most coins produced by the U.S. Mint bear a small letter that indicates where the coin was minted. For example, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or P for Philadelphia. However, certain coins from the 1960s, including this rare 1961 dime, were accidentally produced without any mint mark at all. So why is this error so significant? Well, coins without mint marks aren't inherently valuable. In fact, most dimes minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark. But the 1961 dime? That's a completely different story. Experts believe that this particular no mint mark dime could have been the result of a major minting error or even a highly limited batch that somehow escaped into circulation. In the 1960s, quality control at the U.S. Mint wasn't what it is today, and mistakes like this were more common than you might think. However, the combination of a rare error, the year it was produced, and its eventual scarcity has made this coin an absolute gem for collectors. Only a handful of these coins are believed to exist, and that rarity is what drives up the price. Now, let's get to the good part. Why is this coin currently valued at an astonishing $1.9 million? Several factors contribute to its immense worth, and we're going to break them down for you. First, rarity is the key driver here. As I mentioned earlier, the 1961 no mint mark dime is incredibly hard to find. Only a small number of them have been discovered over the years, making it one of the rarest coins in U.S. coinage history. When a coin is this rare, collectors are willing to pay top dollar, or in this case, millions of dollars, to add it to their collection. Next is condition. Coin grading plays a massive role in determining its value. If this 1961 no-mint marked dime is in near-perfect condition, meaning it's been preserved well with minimal wear, then its value skyrockets. Coins graded as MS65 or higher on the Sheldon scale can fetch prices that are exponentially higher than lower-graded examples. Lastly, there's demand. The coin collecting world is full of enthusiasts who are constantly looking for unique pieces. The combination of scarcity, a fascinating story, and the allure of owning a rare error coin makes this 1961 no-mint marked dime highly sought after by top collectors, driving up its market value. Alright, let's talk numbers. As of today, this incredible coin is valued at a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. Yes, you heard that right, almost $2 million. But why is the value so high right now? Over the past decade, the market for rare coins has surged, particularly for error coins like the 1961 no-mint marked dime. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for these types of coins because they often have historical significance, rarity, and a great story behind them. With more awareness of its value and only a limited number available, the price has only gone up. And here's the exciting part. As demand for rare coins continues to grow, experts believe that the value of this coin could keep increasing. If you happen to come across one in mint condition or happen to have it in your collection, congratulations, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. So how can you tell if you struck gold and have a 1961 no-mint marked dime in your possession? Let's walk through a few important steps. First, carefully examine the year. You're looking specifically for the year 1961. Next, check for the absence of a mint mark under the date. If there's no mint letter present, that's a good start. Of course, it's essential to get the coin authenticated by a professional grader. They'll not only verify that it's a genuine 1961 no-mint marked dime, but also assess its condition. This will give you a more accurate idea of its true value. Sending your coin to a reputable coin grading service like BCGS or NGC can make all the difference. They'll provide an official grade, which collectors rely on when buying or selling rare coins. So there you have it, the story of the legendary 1961 no-mint marked 1 cent dime that's currently valued at a staggering $1.9 million. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just getting started, always keep an eye out for these rare finds. Who knows, you might just have a hidden treasure sitting in your coin jar. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos on rare and valuable coins. And if you have any interesting coin stories, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your finds. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth millions.